everyone. Welcome back and welcome to your practice today. Today's class is going to be a 60-minute vinyasa flow. I have 2 blocks with me and you can grab whatever props you'd like. I do recommend having a block or 2 close by. It's just always nice to have those. But grab whatever you would like. We're going to begin in whatever shape is comfortable for you to start. So that could be seated. That could be Shavasana. That could be child's pose. So just find a comfortable shape. And as you settle into stillness, take your time if you need to fidget a little or move the body at all. And then bring your awareness to the breath, to the pulsation of the prana. And in time and with your exhales, just begin to let go. Begin to relax your body a bit more. To bring ease in. Allow the rhythm and the fluidity of your breath to just rock you, to comfort you. So through movement and breath today, we're going to really focus on letting go. And that really could be of anything. So maybe you need to let go of whatever story you've created for how you should show up, how you need to look, how you need to feel, how you need to be. Maybe this is your practice to let go of that narrative. Or maybe you need to let go of just something that's weighing heavy on your heart or weighing you down, holding you back. So that's why we're here. We're here to practice the art of letting go. Not so we can get it perfect or exactly correct. It's a practice, it's a process. So be open to possibilities. Be willing to grow as you learn to let go. Whatever shape you are in, begin to invite some movement into the body. Just a little. You could roll the head around, maybe rock your forehead. You could wiggle your fingers, toes. Doesn't have to be right, doesn't have to make sense, but just move a little. Most of you are practicing at home, most likely in a space alone by yourself, so there's no one watching. So feel free to move in just an authentic way. And for those of you who are practicing, maybe someone is watching, or people are around, what does it look like or what does it feel like to move as if no one is around, no one is watching? To just really tap into your authentic self. And just to move for a moment. Good, so let's all begin to make our way onto all fours, into a tabletop position. We'll move through some rounds of cat and cow together. So let's take a breath. Inhale, drop your belly, soften your elbows, lift the tailbone and heart. Exhale, press round through the spine, drop the head. Again, breathe in, arching the back for cow pose. And exhale, press and round for cat. Good, let's do 2 more. Bring your awareness to the breath. Tap into the sensation, the sound, the movement. Last one here, inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Good. Come back to a neutral spine here in your tabletop. Let's walk the palms forward about a handprint. Curl the back toes under, lift up and into downward facing dog. You can keep the movement and the fluidity going here if you'd like to move, pedal, sway the hips. Dial up the breath. Soften into the body. Maybe starting with the face and the jaw and moving down to the shoulders, hips, behind the knees. Let's find stillness if you're not already there. Take a breath and let it go. Good. Gaze forward. Walk or step to the top of your space. Come into ragdoll. Uttanasana, forward fold. Just let the arms be however they want to show up. They can reach down towards the floor, or you can grab opposite elbows. If movement feels natural, then you can take a little sway left and right, or maybe move your head to release your neck. Come back to your inhale. Come back to the exhale. Let's release the hands down. Lift yourself up halfway. So really offer your heart forward and your tailbone back. And then fold as you exhale. Good. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, lifting halfway. Belly button to spine as you extend the heart forward. Fold. Exhale. 1 more. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Slow movement. Feeling every moment of this transition. And then fold. Exhale. Good. This time roll all the way up. For mountain, let's reach high on the inhale. Fingertips up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades down the back. And then fold as you exhale. Lift halfway, breathe in. Let's step right into downward facing dog. From here, roll yourself forward to a plank. Press the floor away. You can also bring your knees down. This is just as effective, pressing the earth away from you. So we'll take a breath in, lengthening the spine, and then take chaturanga or come all the way to the belly as you exhale. Let's lift the heart for either cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, your knees and thighs are lifting as best you can. And then we'll lead with the belly back to downward facing. Let's take a breath. Breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg high and really stretch your right big toe up towards the ceiling. Press your palms down. Create a little more space here. Take 1 more breath. Step forward, Anjaneyasana, low lunge, back knee to the earth. Let's keep the fingertips down on the mat just for a moment. You also have some blocks nearby, so you can press into the blocks if you'd like. Lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders down the back, softening the face. Breathe into the front of this left leg or the front of the left hip. Notice where you feel the sensation or the stretch. Good. Let's take 1 more round of breath here. Just enjoying the shape. We're going to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. So now we're more of into a runner's stance. And then bring your palms back as you slightly lift the chest. So not all the way up. We're still hinging a little bit forward. Fingertips are reaching back behind you. Activate the triceps. Gently pull the shoulder blades together. Activate the low belly. Building a little bit of heat here for 2 more breaths. Keep that generous bend in your front knee so the knee is over the ankle or behind, not in front. Inhale, high lunge, crescent. Arms come up. Soften into your back knee a little bit, especially for this first one, just as we're warming up. There's no need to lock. What doesn't bend breaks, right? So soften a little, lift the chest. Breathe. Good. Let's lift the heart a bit higher. This last inhale, maybe take your gaze up. And then exhale, bring the feet together. Fold forward at the top of the space. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine really long. And then round your spine. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up, mountain, stretch, inhale. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, breathe in. Let's come into plank on the exhale. And of course, always free to skip any shapes that just don't feel right in the body. Let's lower halfway or to the belly. Lift the heart for cobra or upward facing. We'll all meet back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Let the exhale clear it out. Extend your left leg up and back. And again, really stretch your left big toe back away from the body so you're lengthening along that left side. One more breath in. Step forward, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Back knee to the earth. And grab the blocks if you'd like, or just keep the fingertips down on the earth. Doesn't matter. They're just a little bit different. We'll breathe into the front of that right hip. Finding space in the back and the spine. So just be mindful you're not creating tension in the neck or shoulders. So we want to just gently pull the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthening the neck. Good. All right, let's transition to our runner's lunge. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. I always find it helpful to shorten the stance just a little for this next shape. Maybe you try that on. So start to lift the torso as you extend your arms back, fingertips reaching towards the back of the space. We're still hinging, so it's a slight lower of the chest. Gaze is out and forward, so keep your heart lifting as you pull the shoulder blades together, but keep digging deep here by bending that front knee. Breathe. Inhale, arms come forward as you lift the chest all the way up for crescent. And again, just soften into the back knee a little bit as you come really high on the ball of your back foot, lifting the chest. Feel the sensation as you breathe into the sides of the body. So maybe noticing some space in between the ribs. See if you can create a little bit more as you lift and breathe here. One more inhale. Hands to the earth. Exhale, step your feet together and fold forward. Good. Lift halfway. And fold. Rise, mountain. And exhale, fold. Good. Lift halfway, breathe. Plank on the exhale, step back. Find your way back to downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. You can get creative, you can change it up. Add things in, take things away. Just learn to let go of that story that you have to show up a certain way, especially on your yoga mat. All right, let's piece that together, breath to movement. Stay connected to breath, stay connected to yourself. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it forward, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Take a breath in as you lift the chest, fingertips on the earth. And exhale. Let's lift the back knee. Coming into flying crescent lunge, so palms back. Keep lifting the heart. Inhale for crescent. And then exhale, feet together, fold forward. Lift halfway with the breath. And fold. Rise, mountain, inhale. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway as you breathe in. Let's come back to downward facing dog on the exhale. So we're just speeding up the rhythm of the breath slightly. In return, moving the shapes a bit faster. Let's lift the left leg, inhale. Step forward, Anjaneyasana, exhale. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, we'll curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, fingertips back, pull shoulder blades together. On your next inhale, reach high for crescent. Exhale, feet together, fold forward. Lift halfway and fold. Rise for mountain, come up, fold, exhale. Good, lift halfway. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in downward facing. Let it all go, exhale. Take a pause, take a moment. Take child's pose, balasana. Big toes touching, knees really wide. Bring your forehead down to the earth. And tap into the breath. Continue to let go here. Good. Let's slowly come up and we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Right. So once you find downward facing, let's lift the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Runner's lunge. Back knee will stay lifted. Get really present in your right foot. So like you're really trying to press the foot almost through your mat into the earth. So you're really rooting down. Walk your fingertips forward. Get a bit lighter in your back foot. And then start to lift the back leg high, standing split. We'll keep the standing knee slightly bent. So we just don't want to lock out, especially when we're balancing. Create softness always in every shape. Find ease somewhere. Do your best to fold over this right leg. And so as you drop your head down, lift your left toes a bit higher. Starting to create a little more flexibility in the body. Good, let's take one more breath. As you exhale, come right back to your runner's lunge. See if you can land lightly. Back toes to the earth. Take a breath. Let it go. Ground your back foot down, heel to arch alignment for extended side angles. So bring your right hand inside the right foot. Use the block. Or just bring the fingertips to the mat, and then peel the left arm up. Make contact here. So press your right elbow into your right knee, so you're opening up the hip, and then also press your knee back into your elbow. So now you're creating strength and stretching that outer hip. So important that both are working together. And then drop this left hip down, lift your heart up. Breathe into that left side body. Don't forget about the back leg. So ground the back heel down. Feel the activation happening in that left leg. Good. Let's take one more breath here. Breath out. We're going to reach this top arm forward. Flip the palm so it's facing down and your pinky is down and thumb is up. So you're really stretching along that left side. And then big inhale here. Move the block, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee. We're just going to lift that right arm up and back. Good. Take one more breath. Stretch, reach. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. So same shape. We were in an extended side angle with the lower body. So we want to keep this knee moving out to the right. We don't want it to come in. So we want to keep the strength in the hips. So be really intentional about the placement of your limbs. Be intentional about your breath and also where you set your gaze. That's really important. 2 more breaths here. So we're building heat and energy in the body. So tap into that. And then let's come into star pose. So reach your arms high as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Just enjoy this wide leg stretch here. You can rock a little bit side to side if you'd like. Maybe move your head, looking left and right, up and down. Just so we're not ever stagnant in poses. So instead of holding shapes, because sometimes when we hear the word hold, we think about being still and a little bit rigid. Maybe we're not breathing as well if we're being still and holding. So instead, think about finding the balance as you're in every shape. So there's movement a little, right? Your body will naturally move with breath. Just notice the difference in that, holding versus just being and finding balance. All right, let's place the palms down, lift halfway, inhale. And then we'll walk to the back of the space. Runner's lunge. And now we'll take a twist. So right palm stays down, hug inner thighs together, take your left arm high. Left shoulder blade is hugging towards your spine, and that left shoulder is gently pulling away from the ear, so down the back. Activate your right leg, lift the right knee up towards the ceiling. Bend deeper into the left knee. Take your gaze up. Take one more breath. Release the twist, step your feet together, fold forward. So just in case we got a little lost along the way, we're at the back of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, lift halfway, and fold. Come up to Utkatasana, chair pose. So there are many ways you can do chair. Your feet can be together, or your feet can be a little bit apart. I always change it up every day, just depending on what my body's feeling. Today I'm gonna bring my feet together so I can really squeeze the thighs together, but you take what you need, just shift the weight into the heels wherever you are. Hips are down, heart is up. So we don't want this, we want the opposite. Sit. Reach high or bring hands to heart center. Deepen your breath here. So the more challenging the shape, the more intense and intentional we need the breath to be. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Let's twist to the right, exhale. So bring that left elbow outside the right knee, press palms together, twist. Now here is where we have a tendency to really drop down, right? Dig deeper. Hips down, heart lifts. Good. Let go of that narrative that you can't be in this shape, or this is too much for you or too challenging. Of course, if it's painful, listen to that. But if it's challenging, just sit with it for a moment. Breathe. We're gonna come right back. Utkatasana, one breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's come back to downward facing dog. All right, take a breath. And out. Let's move through the other side. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Step forward, exhale, runner's lunge. Pause for a moment. Ground the left foot into the earth, like you're really rooting down, like that left foot's not going anywhere. We'll begin to walk the fingertips forward. Let this transition be slow as you move into standing split, lifting your right leg up and back. Beginning to drop down and fold over your standing leg. Slightly bend that left knee as you balance. Don't let the top leg get heavy. Keep lifting. Good. And we'll come right back down on the exhale to runner's lunge, slow and with control. Back foot is going to ground down. Let me actually come around here and grab my block. So if you need to grab your block, do that. So bend into the left knee for extended side angle. The block can come inside the left foot or outside. I personally prefer inside, and for this next purpose. So you can press your left elbow into the left knee and vice versa. Right arm high. Breathe. Again, Think about dropping that right hip. So just as we did on the other side, hip drops, heart lifts, right shoulder blade to spine. Let's stretch this right arm forward. Gaze down, long neck. Remove the block. Let's take reverse warrior. The bend stays in that front knee. You're just shifting the torso. Exhale, warrior two. Now let's take a look at our right arm. Since it's behind us, sometimes we forget about it and it's way out here or down here. So just extend it straight out from the right shoulder and then take your gaze forward. Same with the left arm, and let your gaze just settle over the left fingertips. Breathe in and out. Inhale, star. Ride the breath. Come up on the inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Ooh, lots of pops for me today. Maybe for you too. Head drops. We're going to be here for 3 breaths. Last round of breath here. And out. Let's bring the palms under the shoulders, lift yourself up, and we'll walk back now to the front of the mat, so the right foot is forward. Let's take a twist. Left palm is down, right arm reaches up. Hug thighs together, bend deeply into your right knee, lift your left knee up towards the ceiling. So you'll feel the energy really moving in opposite directions in this shape. That sort of applies to every shape we do as well. Last breath. Release. Step your feet together. Fold forward. Lift halfway as you inhale. Fold on the exhale. Utkatasana chair. Hips down and back. Heart lifts. You can bring your hands to your heart if you'd like, or keep extending. I always like to reach the fingertips up just because it helps me visualize the energy floating up as the tailbone is descending down. Good, one more breath. Hands to heart. Let's twist to the left this time. So that right elbow is going to hook outside the left knee, and instantly you see my hips lift and my heart drops. It's fine, but just make that shift. That's what this practice is all about, is just noticing and responding. 3 breaths here. Really soften the face. It's always where we like to hold tension first. If you bring ease to your face, it automatically brings ease to your mind. Let's come up to chair one more time. Utkatasana. Inhale. Keep sitting low as you reach high. And fold. Exhale. Ooh. Lift halfway. Let's come back to downward facing dog. All right, my friends, we're going to piece that together, breath to movement. And I just want to say that I'm going to drop down for a moment. You're welcome to as well. It's always nice to take a break. When we move breath to movement, a lot of times we're just trying to hurry to the next thing. So while it needs to be fluid and ever moving, we still need to be present. So you can find stillness within the movement. Okay, so just play with that. See how that feels for you. All right, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, standing split, left leg lifts. And we're coming right back down, runner's lunge on the exhale. Grab the block if you'd like for extended side angle. Take your left arm high as you breathe in. And then bring this left arm forward, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend, right arm up and back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale to the back of your space. Runner's twist. Right palm down. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale, release and step your feet together as you fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. 1 breath. And then we'll twist to the right on the exhale. Come right back to chair. 1 breath. And fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, standing split, float your right leg high. And exhale, gently bring it right back to runner's lunge. Extended side angle. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, bring your right arm over the right ear, reaching forward. And then reverse warrior. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. Star pose, inhale. Fold, exhale. Let's come back to the top of the space. Inhale for runner's twist. Left palm down, right arm up. Exhale, feet together, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana chair, hips low, heart lifts. Exhale, we twist to the left. Good, come back to chair, inhale. Fold, exhale. Lift halfway, breathe. Come back to down dog. So let's all meet in downward facing. Let's take one breath together. Inhale. Staying for the exhale. Drop down. Balasana, child's pose. Breathe. Let go. Take another moment here. Take as much time as you need to come back to yourself, to come back to your breath. As you feel ready, let's find our way back to downward facing dog. Just taking a moment in down dog to come back into the inversion. Let's look forward and let's walk the feet to the top of the space. Inhale, lift halfway. Fold, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up for mountain pose. So you exhale, take your right hand, grab the left wrist, inhale, lengthen, and then bend slightly over to the right, stretching the left side of your body. Try not to let your chest drop, so keep lifting the heart. Maybe take your gaze over to the left arm, and come back to center. Inhale, reach high. We'll take the opposite side, so left hand grabs the right wrist, and just leaning over to the left. Good. Come back to center. Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. As you do that, lift the left knee up into the chest. So shifting all of the weight into the right foot. Hug belly button to spine. Lengthen long. Let's move into Vrikshasana tree. So we'll take the left foot to the right thigh or the right calf, just not directly on the knee. And then once you're there, press your leg and your foot into one another. So you're creating this sort of magnetic connection that also allows the outer hips to draw in, which is going to help you balance. Hands to heart. Deepen the breath. And don't look down, instead look out and beyond. So take your gaze forward. Stay with it for another breath cycle. And we're going to bring the left knee back up and into the chest. Now this time, let's reach the arms up. You have the option to keep the knee bent If this works for you, stay here. Maybe try extending the leg forward. Hip flexors working, core is working. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Let's step the left foot to about the center of the mat. So we want the heels in one line, okay? So heels either need to be in line or spaced out left to right. We don't want the right foot crossing over the left, okay? Inhale, arms come up with a nice flat back. Begin to fold forward, folding over that right leg for pyramid. We have a tendency to shift all of the weight into that heel of the right foot, sending the hips back. Shift the weight forward a little. Bring your hips forward, almost like you're trying to stack your right hip on top of the right ankle. Now from there, drop your head. So you're going to feel like you don't have a lot of weight in the back foot. That's okay, but keep that back heel grounded. Pull the kneecaps up, activate the legs. One more breath here. And out. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Use the block if you'd like, under the right palm. Shift forward, lift the left leg. Bend your standing knee a little bit so you can really stack the hips. And then peel your left arm up and open, stacking the shoulders. Good, breathe. Last breath in. Feet together, fold, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. And fold. Rise with the breath, mountain. Exhale, take your right hand, grab the left wrist. Let's take our side body stretch over to the right once again. Good, reach high. Inhale. Then exhale, take it to the left. Back through center. Exhale, bring your hands to heart as you shift the weight into your left foot. Hug the right knee up and into the chest. Find your balance. If you're close to a wall or like a countertop or any surface, woo, you can grab that for balance. Okay? So again, a moment to let go of any sort of story that you've created that you can't use what you have to help you. Let's move into Vrikshasana tree. So right sole of the foot on the left thigh or the left calf. Press leg and foot into one another, activating the outer hips, squeezing into the center of the body, hands to heart. Soften your gaze. Breath. Let's extend the arms up as we draw the right knee back, up and into the chest. Now stay here, standing knee slightly bent, or extend your right leg long out in front of you, lifting up, activating the hip, and then we'll swing it back gently with control, and we'll step. So there's some space between the feet, but not too much space that the back heel lifts. Inhale, reach up. Keep your spine really long as you begin to fold over that left leg. So again, just feel where your hips are in space. Maybe bring them slightly forward over that left ankle. Head drops. Let's gaze forward. We'll come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So if you'd like, I'll use a block on this side actually. Block under the left hand. So as you shift forward and lift that right leg, just take a look at your left arm. A lot of times we have our left hand way out here, which is not giving us really any support. So that left wrist needs to be under the left shoulder. From there, peel open, soften the standing knee. Two more breaths. Last breath in. Feet together, fold, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, we're going to come all the way down to a seat. Boat pose, Navasana. So you have a lot of options here. You can hug the thighs, so pulling the chest towards the tops of the thighs. Or you can bring your hands down to the earth or reach forward like I'm doing, palms up, heart is lifted. Squeeze your thighs together and soften your face. Maybe create a little smile here. Breathe in and out. Good, just 2 more breaths. So again, we're not stagnant, right? So you're gonna feel yourself lift, sort of rise and fall with the breath. Just follow it. 1 more. Cross the feet, Sukhasana. So I'm going to turn to face you. You can stay facing forward. So Sukhasana, also known as easy pose, just simply crossing the legs, finding a seat. Let's reach the arms out and up on the inhale. Twist to the left, exhale. Heart lifts as you twist. I'll take this left arm up, cross it over the right, round through your spine, create space between your shoulders and bring your chin towards the chest, opening the back of the neck. If you have any sort of upper back or neck, even shoulder tightness, you're going to feel this instantly, so be gentle and make sure you're breathing. Let's slowly release. Take your arms out and up. Inhale. And twist to the right. Exhale. And now we'll take this right arm up over the left, rounding through the upper back, bringing chin to chest once again. And slowly unwind the arms. Come reach out and up once again on the inhale. And bring hands to heart. Exhale. And just pause for a moment. Take a moment to reflect, to breathe. All right, let's release the hands. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, inhale. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Shift back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, so hips back. Come onto the heel of your right foot. You can straighten the right leg as much as you'd like, or you can keep it bent. Doesn't matter, but creating activation in the foot will help you get into the hamstring. And then whether you're using blocks under your palms or you just have your hands on your mat, press so you can scoop your heart forward and scoop the tailbone up and back. So almost like you're creating an arch in the back, which is going to deepen your hamstring stretch here. Good. Those of you working on full splits, so if that is not interesting to you at all, stay in Ardha Hanumanasana, stay here. Full split can begin to make your way into it. And I will say, if you're working on full splits and you're using props, don't sit on the blocks. So if you're resting on the blocks, you're not really creating flexibility in the muscles, right? You're just resting. So use the blocks under your palms for support. So now you're strengthening the upper body as well as creating that strength and flexibility in the legs. So if you're in full splits, let's come back to Ardha, so half. And then we'll all bend back into the front knee. Walk the right foot to the left for pigeon. I'll also offer up, if this is a lot, you don't like half pigeon, just swing your back leg around and come into double, okay? So just pick one of those. Any sort of hip opener will do. And then let's begin to fold. We'll be here for a few breaths. And we'll slowly start to come up. Take a moment and back into down dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Ardha Hanumanasana. Send your hips back, straighten the front leg, half split. Just take a moment to breathe, stretch this side. And if you're working towards Hanumanasana or splits, start to make your way there. Let go of the narrative, let go of the story, let go of anything holding you back. Let's come back. And then we'll all bend back into the front knee. For pigeon, left foot to the right edge of the mat. And we'll come down, folding. Breathe. Tune in to the pulsation of your prana, of your breath. Slowly come up. And now we'll just simply swing the back leg forward. Extend both legs long out in front of you for Dandasana. So palms are going to rest under the shoulders, pressing into the earth, so you're going to feel your heart lift. Shoulder blades draw together. So notice how my knees are a little bit bent. That's totally fine. If your knees are bent like me, in order to keep your spine long and your chest lifted, drive your heels into the earth. If your legs are straighter, maybe lift the heels up. Softness in the gaze as you breathe. Good, release. Inhale, come up. And now fold, Paschimottanasana. Slowly roll yourself up. We're going to come all the way down to our backs. I always recommend bringing a block with you just to have nearby. We'll come down onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Maybe take a gentle little rock from left to right. And then let's take an inversion here. So this is where the block could come in handy. So you'll just simply place the block on the lowest end under your low back. You can also use 2 blocks side by side if it just feels nice to have a more secure foundation, sort of a wider foundation. Place palms on the earth. Lift the legs high. Let your shoulders and the back of the head be heavy. Let the breath be gentle and fluid. Take one more full breath cycle, in and out. Let's slowly bend the knees and come back to the earth. Just pause for a moment on the block. And now we'll lift the hips off the block, place it to the side, keep the soles of the feet on the earth, and just windshield wiper, side to side. Good. And next time you're over towards that right side, just drop the knees, taking a gentle twist. You could always take your right heel and place it on the outside of that left knee to twist deeper. Continuing to release, to let go in this moment. Good. Let's come back to center. Take another movement side to side. And then once you come over to the left, just drop the knees over to the left. You can also take that left heel to the outside of the right knee to gently pull that right leg closer towards the floor. And slowly unwind. Bring both feet back to the earth. Let's take a little movement once again. Just left and right. Side to side. And for our last shape, we're going to take happy baby. So we'll grab either behind the knees on the thighs or the outer edges of the feet. So a lot of times in happy baby, we lift that lower back up, press your entire spine into the floor. Deep breaths. And very gently release. Bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. And let's stretch long, taking up space for Shavasana. Let's take a cleansing breath in and let it go. Begin to move your body gently, bringing some energy and life back in. And as you feel ready, let's find our way to a seat. Maybe closing your eyes if that's comfortable. Bringing your hands to your heart. Let's close this practice with a cleansing breath together. This one last opportunity to really let go. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Thank you so much. Thank you.